Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So this was a pretty exciting show tonight. It was DC101-Derland Night 2. And so the headliner was Mumford & Sons. And then in order from first opener to last opener, it was White Reaper, Shaed, and Cold War Kids. So yeah, getting there was actually pretty easy. I left super early because I didn't want to be frustrated in traffic. So I got there about a half hour before the show started. Parked in my normal parking garage, so I wasn't stressed about that. Again, love that parking garage, and yeah, so it worked out well, and I'm glad I left a little bit earlier because I knew this was a show that I sold out, and I knew I'd have to go get my ticket at will call and then have to go to the back door, so it ended up working out fine. I actually was able to walk right in the front door with no problem, so yeah, so getting there was pretty easy. Anyway, let's get into the show. So, White Reaper was a fantastic opener overall. I liked a lot of their songs, and a lot of their instrumentals were great. I really liked it. The first song was just like, it wasn't anything that was super grabbing for me, but yeah, like the second song, immediately I enjoyed the instrumental, so I really, really liked that, and the keyboardist's enthusiasm, and just the fact that he had like this long hair and was like headbanging, it was awesome. So yeah, that was just like a pretty fun thing. Like that was throughout the whole show, not just through the second song, but the second song was definitely when I noticed it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is awesome. So I really liked that. So yeah, it was funny. At one point he said, like spoke about the people coming on stage. He's like, are you guys ready for, you know, whoever's coming up like after us? And kind of people were like, okay. And he was like, well, you certainly don't seem like it. And I think people actually started booing. And then he was like, no, I'm just kidding. So that was a little bit awkward, but kind of funny in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, so the third song was definitely good. And, I really like the quick instrumentals of the next song, like so much. Really, really liked that fourth song. And again, the fifth song was really great too. Really liked that. And then so for their biggest hit, the guitarist had the wrong like pedal selected, so they had to restart the song, which again, just like a funny little touch that definitely didn't happen at every show. So that makes it unique, and I kind of liked that. And again, just like kind of funny that it was the song that they are like known for, and they're like, oh wait, no, gotta restart that. So that was pretty funny. So yeah, I just really, really liked seeing their main song, and it was incredible how like just having heard the song before made such a difference, because in general the lyrics again were kind of hard to hear, but I also kind of feel like maybe that was my fault. I should have listened to them more, so I at least recognize the choruses. But then it was weird because it seemed like after that song I could totally hear the lyrics more clearly of the other two songs. So I don't know, I just wish I had known more of the lyrics, because I really liked the instrumentals, and the lyrics that I did hear for the most part I really liked, especially the song that has been played on the radio, and the next two songs again like were so great. So I mean, overall I really enjoyed their set. It's interesting to me that they didn't end with their most popular song, but in this case I actually didn't mind it, because the song they ended with was really upbeat and I really liked it like a lot. So yeah, and then again, I just wish I could have heard more of the lyrics, and I don't know if that was just because of me not knowing any of the lyrics or if it was the sound, but yeah, so I overall liked it, and I don't think I'm going to take credit off for not being able to understand the lyrics, because I do feel like if I had listened to them I would have maybe understood more. But overall they had a really good sound, and I ended up liking the songs where I felt like the singer was actually singing more than just like punk rock singing, which I know that sounds kind of silly, but you know, I don't know, just like that sound, that quality, almost like you're like half screaming, half singing, but not screaming isn't the right, it's like, I don't know, just had that quality to it that normally I enjoy every now and then, but I'm not a huge fan of. So yeah, so I thought they did a really nice job. I really liked their set. After that, Shaed came on, and it's funny, and I don't remember if the previous times I've seen them I've noticed this, but they're like on stage presence, that like first second when you like they have like these like special like lights that are kind of like doorways. it was really effective. You just kind of see the lead singer's silhouette, and I was like, ooh, I was like, that was pretty good. So I actually really liked like just that second of just, oh, like she's on the stage all of a sudden. That was pretty cool. The first song was pretty good. I really liked the quickness of the pre-chorus and the chorus of the second song. So again, the second song tonight seemed to be a good one for me. Then they played Thunder, which is their newer single, and so that was good to see, which I probably have for sure definitely seen it before, but again, I knew more of the song and kind of definitely enjoyed it more than the first time. And then she talks about how she was feeling uninspired and depressed, and then she kind of found her two band members, who one is her husband and then the other is the twin brother of her husband, which I think is super awesome. Like, could you just imagine hanging out with those people all day, every day? Like, that's gotta be pretty sweet. And you know, how they kind of encouraged her to make music that she was proud of. And again, she's definitely said that before at previous shows that I've seen them at. And the next song was slower, but I really loved the recorded violin in that song. And I liked the message of that song. So that was pretty cool. The next song, so they asked people to take their phones out to do the flashlight thing, which was kind of weird. And then it like totally fell into the "this is why I don't like female singers" category for me, and I was like a little bit sad because I had really just liked the previous song, which again was like a slower song, and this next song was an acoustic, and it was like, nope, I don't like the way she's singing it, I don't like the lyrics that she's singing. It just really it was not my style at all. And so yeah, that was really just a definite low for me in that set for sure. Yeah, and then even the next song, it definitely was like a little bit of a like more upbeat, but really, really not my style. Didn't like the lyrics in the first verse, didn't like the lyrics in the chorus. I was just really not feeling that song either. So those two songs definitely, for sure, were lows for me. But yeah, so that was definitely not a great part of the set. But then the next song after that was much better, and I did like the song a lot better. I like the lyrics better, and just the whole overall feel of the song was better in my opinion. So yeah, so that was much better. And then they played a cover, "Someone You Loved." So that was a really good follow-up to that song. It really matched the song right before it. And yeah, so I'm glad that they kind of put those two songs towards the end of the set. And then after that, they played "Trampoline," which was, again, just like nice to see live, even though I am sick of hearing that song on the radio at this point, but that's not something that they can really control, I guess. But it's fun to see that song live. Although there weren't any major changes that made it like, oh wow, I'm not just seeing this song on high, I'm seeing this song that's like something special and different. So yeah, it was alright. Again, there was a definite low and a female singer, so just in general, really that one song and then the song right after just really kind of ugh. But again, I liked a lot of the other songs, and those two songs in particular were really the only two that I took major issue with. So alright, Cold War Kids. I've never seen Cold War Kids before. I was really excited to see them because of First and Love and Mystical and Complainers. So I was really excited to see their set. And they started with Love is Mystical, which it's funny because the singer came out and was like almost said the words "Love is Mystical" without actually singing it, but then like it's almost like he like started and the keyboardist wasn't ready yet, because then he said it again and then the keyboardist came in. So that was kind of unique. And again, I don't know if maybe that happened at other shows. If you know, please let me know. But yeah, it definitely was kind of like a wait. Were they supposed to start and he just said it, or what? I don't know. So that was kind of cool. The second song I recognized but didn't know as well. But it was a really, really good follow-up. And I want to say it was called Miracle Man. And if I'm wrong with the name, sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. And again, really great follow-up. Really, really liked the two songs like right in a row. Had the same feel to it, so it was really cool. Then after that, they played a song that I really do know well, and I don't know the name of it, and I meant to look it up, and I'm sorry I didn't. But again, an amazing follow-up. It was really like 3 songs that kind of had that same feel, that same like upbeat, energetic. And of course, I always love when I know the lyrics. But yeah, so the singer during this song was singing, and then for parts where he wasn't singing, he would go like to the keyboard that was behind the mic, and so he would like play the keyboard, and then he would come back up to the mic and then sing again. So that was again just like pretty impressive. And after that, they played Complainer, which was awesome to see live, and 4 songs in a row that I really liked and enjoyed singing. After that, they played a song that had like clapping in the background at the beginning, and I really, really liked that as well. So yeah, and the only part of that song that I wasn't a huge fan of was the bridge. But that was pretty much the first time in the whole set I was like, After that, they played Calm Your Nerves, which was a slower start. The lyrics were good. It was definitely a sweet song. And then they played their first song off their first album, and he sat at the piano the whole time. And man, let me tell you, this song had really like interesting styles to it. Like there were lots of different and varying sounds in one song, and so I actually really liked that. I thought that song was really good, and at first I was kind of like apprehensive about it, but then all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, this is actually really awesome. And it was interesting because the lyrics were definitely more of a like storytelling sort of lyrics, so that was definitely interesting. After that, they played Restless, which was slower. It was a good song, but not a really great follow-up to that previous song. It definitely like mismatched the feel of it. It was like you get this like weird but like kind of like upbeat sound, and then it was like slow and like nice. The song is nice, it just wasn't a good follow-up. And then the next song after that I didn't know, and it was definitely more upbeat, so I really liked that. And then after that, they played Can We Hang On, which again was slower, and I really did like the lyrics, but at this point it was like, enough with the slow songs. Like, we need to get back into this because it's been slow, and like, again, the song right before Can We Hang On was a little bit like more upbeat, but not enough, I don't think. And then after that, the piano part, I really, really liked the next song, but then like kind of overall it was just okay. So there wasn't like, I wasn't a huge fan of the lyrics, and just was like, oh, I really like the beginning piano part. Hopefully the song will like turn this set around for me right now, and it just kind of didn't. After that, they played First, which was so good to see live. So good, and he definitely made changes to the way the chorus was sang, and I loved every single change made. It was so good, and that song was just so fun. So good, so awesome. Really, really loved it. And then after that, again, I was surprised that they didn't play that as their last song, but then the next song was definitely a high energy song, and I didn't know it, but it was a great follow-up. It really, like, again, was a great way to end the show, even though they didn't end with First, which normally I would be upset about, but I actually kind of was okay because the song they chose was a really good one. So yeah, their set was almost like a roller coaster, right? Like really, really great beginning, and then you had this like kind of drop, and then it kind of went up, and then it dropped again, and then at the end, of course, it was awesome because they played First, and they ended up with a really good follow-up and another really good upbeat song. So yeah, they were definitely like roller coastery for me right there. And also, as a photographer, I was a little bit miffed that they were backlit the whole time. And listen, I know that that's like the singer's choice, right? Or the band's choice, that they don't want the lights shining in their face. But I just wanted like one good picture, maybe just like when you're talking to the crowd, just let me have one good opportunity to take a picture. But again, I'm not gonna like take points off for that because that's just like my own little thing. But yeah. All right, so Mumford and Sons, let's get into it. So they opened with Guiding Light, which they definitely made subtle changes to, which was so fantastic. Really great way to open, and just again, like the subtle changes made such a difference, and it makes it worth going to see the show, because that's like why I go to a show, right? Is I can listen to the CD on loud by myself in my car, But I would come to see those little changes and those little differences and things. After that, the second song, man, really, the second song was definitely the song to beat tonight. Little Lion Man was played, and I just could not tell you how great it was. All the changes, pauses, just everything about it, like, was so good. Just the way it was sang. They let the crowd sing one of the choruses, which was really fun. Just really fantastic. So good. Definitely wanted to see that song live for sure. So that was awesome. Then they played The Cave, and that was really good as well. And again, you just like have these little tiny changes that made a world of difference. So that was awesome. And after that, they played Beloved, which again, not as many differences, but a great song to see. And I knew that from their album, so I was really excited about that. So it was awesome. After that, the singer went to the drums and sang while playing the drums, so that's impressive in and of itself. And it was a slower song, and I really liked the bridge. I thought it was really great. I didn't know it, but yeah, again, just the fact that he was playing the drums and also singing was really impressive. They played a faster song that I didn't know, which I really liked the lyrics to, and even though I didn't know the song, I could tell that they had made changes to that song, like just the way that he would almost like talk a certain word or hold a certain word or pause between certain words. Then they played Believe, which like loved the second half, right? Because again, it's like a slower start, and then you just get this like huge full sound in that second half of the song, so that was awesome. They played a new one, which I liked the quick notes, and it had like kind of like a quiet beginning instrumentally, and then like a really full sound, and then they kind of went back to that more quiet sound for the verses. So I really liked that song. That was definitely an awesome one, and I wish I had known which one it was, but I didn't recognize it as well. But yeah, so I really liked that one. So good. After that, they played another one that I didn't know, but it was a great follow-up because, again, it had that same, like, sound and that same vibe, so I really liked that one as well. And then they played the highlight of their set for me, and I didn't even remember that it was one of their songs. So they played The Wolf, and I just was, like, freaking out. It was so good, and I had totally forgotten about that song, and I wasn't expecting it, and it was just so fantastic. I loved it so much, like just so good, and it was, oh god, it was fantastic. I really liked hearing that song, and it was even better because it was a surprise, and not like it was surprising that they would play that song because it was on the radio, but I had just totally not been thinking about that. I was thinking about Little Lion Man. I was thinking about like all the new songs that I was trying to like relearn since I hadn't listened to the album in a while. So great. Such a highlight for me. Oh god, it was so good. So good. Honestly, the worst part of that song was that I was next to someone on my left and next to someone on my right because I wanted to rock out to that song. It was so good. So good. Really loved that song. Such a highlight for me. I know that I've been talking about this one song for like 5 minutes now, but it was just so good. Okay, so then after that, of course, they have to totally just... so some band members left, and only 4 of them stood in front of a mic in the center of the stage, which again is like a cool effect, and there was just an acoustic guitar. And he kind of said like, all right, we're going to play an acoustic song, so you guys got to be quiet. And the song was called Sister, and it was such an immediate drop from the high of The Wolf. So I was really, that was just like a low for me for sure. Not because the song was bad, not because it wasn't cool that they were doing an acoustic set, but just because you played this great, fantastic song that's like so high energy and upbeat, and then you just play an acoustic song with only 4 people on the stage. Like, what just happened? After that, they played a slower song that I didn't really know, but I liked the lyrics, and it had a really good build-up, so I really liked that as well. And then they played I Will Wait, which was fun to see for sure. But for some reason, I don't feel like I heard as many changes as there were at the beginning in, Guiding Light and in Little Lion Man. And I didn't really hear as many of those like major changes, so that was a little bit of a for that song. And I wonder why. I don't know if it's because it's like a bigger song and people don't like the changes so much. I don't know. It was just interesting to me that I feel like they did such a good job, especially like in songs I didn't even know. I felt like they were doing changes just based on how they were singing things. And then to not change their biggest song was like a little bit strange to me. I would be interested if you know the reason, or if maybe I heard it wrong and there were more changes than I thought. But for some reason I didn't really hear a ton of changes. And then they played a song that I didn't know, but I definitely recognized, and it actually really was a really good follow-up to that song. It was a little bit slower, but it still had like a really good build-up, and definitely by the end you were like rocking out. And then they went off stage, and I don't think they played Rose of Sharon, and I was surprised because one, I really liked that song, so I was actually a little bit disappointed. And two, I thought that was one of their singles that they were going to release. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, please, if you know, let me know because I would like to know. But yeah, so score time. Oh gosh, it's going to be a hard one. All right, so White Reaper, I really, really enjoyed. The only lull in their set was the first song, and I wish I could have heard the lyrics more. But again, I'm not really going to take credit off because I feel like I maybe could have listened to their music beforehand and figured it out. Shaed definitely had those two songs in the middle were just really not, I was not feeling it. So that was definitely a low in their set for me. And again, Cold War Kids was definitely like roller coastery. They had 4 great songs, like so good, so awesome. And then they kind of had like a little bit of a lull and then a real lull. And then like first was good and the song after was good. But that song right before that was just, I don't know. But, and then Mumford & Sons, they had an amazing set. It was so great. Even the songs I didn't know, I absolutely loved. Basically, the only lull was when they played Sister for me, just because it went from The Wolf, which was amazing and so great, to an acoustic song that was just quiet and not really where my head was at that point. But yeah, so I guess I'm going to give this one, oh gosh, this is really hard. There were 4 bands, there's a lot of good music, some really great moments. I got to see First, and The Wolf, and Little Lion Man. Yikes. I'm going to give this one, oh, this is really hard. I think I'm going to give this one an 8.75. Again, there were definitely some lulls, especially with Shaed. Those 2 songs were pretty not great. Really didn't like those 2 songs. And then again, even Cold War Kids kind of had their moments where I was just like, yeah, so I think that 8.75 is pretty fair. Oh man, The Wolf. You have to see Mumford & Sons if you have not, just to see that song. It was so good. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought. Were you there? Did you want to go? Did you go to a different show with some of these bands? Because I'm assuming this was not an actual tour because it was a special, unique thing. But yeah, let me know what you think. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.